Hi guys, TinaGale here with the Crafty Maven Getaway, and today is Mix It Up Monday. And so I have my December album that I'm working on, and I've gotten way behind because my family came in and we celebrated Christmas early. And so I've pulled it out and decided that's what we're going to do today. And the way that I've been working with this, I have kept up with my journaling, so I just have a spiral notebook and each night I write in it so that I can keep up. And I've been trying to take photos, but I had already planned on trying to save those up until I had several to print off because I'm printing them on my selfie. And so this morning I went through and saved several, and several on one sheet so that I could go ahead and print those on my selfie. I have some of those printed so that I can catch up. I have my journaling. The other thing is I swore that I was not going to get any new tools. And this is the new fuse tool. And I definitely said there was no need for that. I didn't need one. But I've seen so many cute things here lately, and I decided that I wanted one to do some special little pockets in this album. And so I picked that up actually on Monday when we took our kids back to the airport. We stopped and I picked that up. And so that's kind of my plan today. I want to make a few little pockets with some sequins, get some photos put in and my journaling and some few pages done up. So let's get started. So this first page that I'm going to share with you, this is going to be the title page in my December album. And so this is just a family photo that we took while the kids were here. And I matted it on that red and white diagonal kind of candy cane striped pattern paper. And I'm distressing the edges of just about everything in my album with the Tim Holtz Distress ink. This one's the vintage photo, I believe. And so I'm just going to put it kind of right where it's at. I have this gold polka dot washi tape that's really wide, and I really love this, so I'm trying to use it throughout the album. And I just put a little bit up there, and then I had these two little words that says December memories and our traditions. Sorry, I had a little brain freeze right there. And then I have this gold doily and a heart. So I already had kind of all these little things hunted out that I wanted to try to put on here. And so I'm just working on trying to layer them up. And this is that little deer wood veneer that I had left over. I just had a few little pieces and I was so happy to get this used on this page. I thought it was kind of real fitting with our family photo and kind of the background and all of that. So I thought it was cute. And the little heart, it's a felt one, and then of course the red poinsettia and the little white poinsettia, and then that one poinsettia to the back is the one that I cut out of that recollections paper that I had shared in the first video on my YouTube channel, where I shared my kit and all of my products. So if you want to see what I'm going to be using, there is a video up. I had another one up, but I'm having some problems with the sound, and so I ended up taking it down. I'm hoping this video, the sound works and there's not any problems. But if there's any issues, go ahead and just leave me a note. Just, I can handle criticism. Just a nice little note. You don't have to, no meanies. And I had that red and white striped paper up there, but I decided that I liked the red washi better. So I took it and put it on, and I put a little piece on this bottom right hand corner, and you'll see me kind of build it up into a little cluster. But in the end, when I'm completely finished with the page, I take it away because I felt like it was just too much. It was pulling your eye in too many different directions, so I wanted to just keep with those three clusters. And I have this little gold metal kind of photo corner thing. But yeah, I put that up there, and I did have that white poinsettia, but I end up leaving it off too. I kind of liked it more simple, just a little simple piece up at the top, and because I had so much going on at the bottom here and quite a bit going on to the top left. I had a couple of these little border strips, and I decided that, I had so much heavy stuff on the bottom left that I really wanted to anchor that just a little bit more, and so I'm going to build that up horizontally just to have a place for that photo and all of the clusters and everything to rest on. And so this is where you'll see me. I'm still building up that bottom that I'm going to tear away. But I add that red one and then the little skinny one. Then the last thing I decided the page needed was just some sequins. So I took the little silver starburst and just scattered those around, and I adhered those with my liquid glass. That's my favorite liquid adhesive to put on sequins and things like that. So that's going to finish that page. And then next I have 3 different pocket pages that I'm going to share with you that I did with the fuse tool, and give you a little bit of a review and my experience with it from beginning to end. So this first page, I have this long skinny strip to the left, and I decided I wanted to use these metal snowflakes. I thought that was a really good choice because they're the same front and back, and so since I'm going to leave everything clear, there's not going to be paper behind there, I needed it to look good both sides. And then I have these little snowflakes, and the back sides don't have the embossing and all the detail, but they're still very clear what they are, so I thought they would work well too. And the biggest problem I had on this pocket beginning with was because the white snowflakes were pretty dimensional and stuff, they kept wanting to slide back out. So you can see I just keep fighting them and fighting them and fighting them. But I end up putting just a few of those in, and then I decided to go ahead and add some of my sequins. And I thought I was just going to put some of the red ones just for a pop of color, but I liked the little green tree, so I actually added a couple of those and some of the red ones, and then the silver little starburst. So I just put a little bit of mix of everything in there. And so here I am again trying to push all of that in there so that it's going to be flat and I'm going to be able to seal this. Now I have to give you a complete disclaimer. I've just bought the tool. I think I melted maybe 3 little strips before I did this, which was not enough. I would suggest that if you're new to the tool that you practice just a little bit, because these could definitely have been done a lot better. And I'm not sure if my tool has an issue or not, because it would kind of drag and the wheel didn't want to turn on it. So then, it would skip. So it's gotten a little bit better now that I've used it several times. So I'm hoping it's not an issue or anything. But you have this little tool and you're supposed to run it in the little bitty groove. But because I had those dimensionals inside of my pocket, I couldn't really get that big of a section of a tool over the top of that, and so I just used the outside edge of the ruler to run it along, and that works just fine. For my second page here, I have just the little 2x2 squares at the top and bottom, and I decided to try a little bit of the same type of thing. I have this glitter stuff that's kind of like snow, and of course it was not easy to work with either. It made a huge hot mess all over my desk, and I think I'm still finding little snow. But I just put some of that in the pocket, and then I also added some sequins. Now on this pocket, I will tell you what I learned is I really put too much in there. I should have had a lot less snow, probably about half as much snow. But it's a learning process, and it's still cute and it still moves around a little bit, but I think it would move better and look better if it didn't have as much. So here I'm just going to seal across the top, and again I'm just doing it on that outside edge because I have that lump in the center. And so that would be my second page. For my third page, I had another one of these that had the 2 4x4s and then the long skinny piece. And originally I wanted to do it on the long skinny piece, and I was going to put this gold vellum along there and my cookies that I had cut out from the paper, but my cookies were too big, and so then I decided I would just go ahead and do it in the 4x4, and so I cut some striped paper, and I have the 2 cookies cut from that Recollections patterned paper that I shared in my video on my YouTube channel. And then I added some sequins, and I have some little like resin gingerbread. There was a little boy and a girl, and I put those in there as well. And then I'm going to just seal up the edge. And this one turned out really, really cute. I didn't overdo it with all of the sequins and stuff. And I added this little banner here as well. So this one, by this time, I was getting a little bit better hang of the tool. And it went along it better and was kind of getting adjusted to about how much I could kind of put in my pocket where it would still move around, but, you know, not be too full. And so now I have it stuck, and on this one, since I don't have the bulk, I can use that center groove like you're supposed to use. But it is kind of hard to tell exactly where you're at because, you know, you can't see through metal. So I'm not sure that I really like using it through there. And again, I had issues where the wheel did not want to turn, and so I kind of had to go back over some spots. But it's getting better the more that I have used it, so it's okay. Now this one I had, like I said, this gold vellum polka dot. And so I just folded it in half to put it in there. So now it's going to be that gold polka dot on the front and the back. And I have this other 4x4 square where I just cut my paper, and I had a little Project Life card that had this recipe card on it, and I cut it out, and I'm going to pop and dot it up on there. And I'm actually going to add our Christmas cookie recipe onto that card. And this page is going to be all about my favorite cookie of all time, which is Christmas cookies that you cut out, whether you decorate them or not. So this page is going to be fairly simple. I'm not going to add too much to it, to these pockets. Then for my final little bit for this vellum piece, I pulled out my alphabet stickers, and so I have some from the Photo Play Christmas collection, Dear Santa, and then the other one is from Simple Stories. And I liked that red and white candy cane stripe, and I thought it went well with the cookies and everything. So I just spelled out Christmas cookies and then took out a couple of more little stickers. They're the little holly stickers. Added that on there, and then I also found this little round sticker that has cookies and milk on it, and I was going to put it on the vellum piece, but then I decided that it looked better along with the recipe card. And that's going to finish this final page. So if you hung in there with me, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed a look at the fuse tool if you've been wondering about it. And I do really like it, and I think I'm going to really use it quite a bit. It's a lot of fun. You can do so much with it, and it's great once you practice and kind of learn. But you guys got to go along with the ride with me, just kind of learning the tool when I first got it. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next month here on the Crafty Maven Getaway. Bye now.